Hi guys, I'm back again. I'm doing the videos differently, but it should flow nicely with this new way. This one is long-ish, but only due to catching up. I want things to look good, but also to get done more quickly. I don't ascribe inerrant, inspired, and infallible truth to everything I share with you. These 6 experiences I'm about to share just fall under the same theme of my channel, and they have certain highlights contributing to the thought and revelations concerning what might be around the corner. I had a plan to put my tsunami warnings on DVDs and spread them around Cape Town. After praying about it for a while, I'm feeling God say that this will be a move of pride on my part, and that I should wait on Him to give me this specific mission. The anointing I received from Him was to continue the videos and not to carry out a door-to-door call to run to the mountains. One of these dreams also targeted this dynamic at the end, and I'm at peace with God's guidance. I'm also afraid for my family. Awkward silence while I'm slurping my Coke. Destruction cleaved through my family, caused my recent move, and is still crippling my day-to-day life. Moving out of God's covering and into the territories of principalities will have consequences. I pray and wait patiently for the right time and the right people that will yield the fruits of God's will. I did share my warnings with a few ministers though. I wanted to see the outcome. The outcome was zero. No follow-up, no effect. And one of these ministers also had the tsunami dream vision thing. It's sad. There are so many things on the foreground of people's lives, and consequently I feel stupid every time I bring it up. Nevertheless, that experience of meeting Christ compels me, and this all remains to be a fire shut up in my bones. A quick announcement. I had another amazing rapture dream that's extremely rich with symbolism. I hope I can get started with it as soon as possible. Please think of me when you pray. Because a lot of stuff is happening to me. Prayer would be nice. Prayer would be like the best commodity anyone can give me at this moment. Okay, first dream, 14 prostitutes, tsunami dream. There you can see the date. 14 prostitutes, tsunami dream, 9th of May 2016. Here's an overview of the dream, just to get the general idea and feel. Tsunami dream. I witnessed the captivity of 4 young girls in prostitution. I saw how they got themselves into it for attention, easy money, or due to hopeless disillusionment. They were very young and clueless. Each girl was from a different ethnicity. A friend informed me that they could represent Matthew 24:31, and He shall send His angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together His elect from the 4 winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. Today's churches or peoples, tongues or nations, these 4 girls, what do they represent? Each one with an ethnicity from a different corner of the world. A European girl, African girl, Latino girl, and Indian girl. Each from a different ethnicity, distinctly 4 teenage prostitutes. Very young age, 13 to 16. Rebellious girls. Yes, they are victims, but they got themselves into it, and now can't get themselves out. Do they represent sister churches from the Roman Catholic system, or I don't know, people churches? I had to set them free, but it was very tricky to even get their attention. Their pimps were watching us closely. I managed to make contact with the 4 girls that were most open to me. There were others as well. The whole concept was sickening, especially the pimps. They were wasting life. Making money and feeling in control was their focus. Helping the girls was a tiresome process because they kept making mistakes. They felt secure with the pimps. Trusting me required taking a chance at something better for themselves. It took faith. Yeah, you can see the pimps, like really greasy, dark, bad vibes. Not good. I'm a guy, but these guys, they creep me out. And at the bottom corner, you can just see the state of the girls. One day, the pimps were away somewhere, preoccupied with something. I took the opportunity to sneak in through a broken fence and getting the 4 girls out. The moment we came on the street, there was seawater everywhere, about ankle deep. I realized the tsunami was coming and started scrambling to escape. The girls were clueless and slow, but I eventually managed to get them in the car to escape. I believe this is another tsunami warning and possibly another rapture hint within a tsunami dream. Due to that part out of Matthew that just it ties in, thanks to my one pastor friend that just illuminated that fact to me. Here you can see the girls clueless, and I'm frustrated, and the water's ankle deep everywhere, and Cape Town, the Table Mountains in the distance, and I'm struggling to get a car, and finally I get a car and we escape. Here's just an overview of the dream again, just to see what we've just covered. Second one, red sky, red moon, moon boom, moon ring spinning, moon boom dream. That's my title. Dream starts where I'm living in a house next to a mountain. This is crazy because I recently moved to a house next to a mountain after having this dream. I had a close relationship with my younger brother in this dream. This is crazy because this also happened after getting this dream. My brother is messing around while I'm melancholic about everything I know and expect. I look at the blue skies and try to comfort myself with thoughts that are contrasting to my expectations. I'm so tired in this dream and worried about my brother. And this is so crazy because I had the dream and then my life circumstances became like this. Me at the left bottom, I'm concerned about the state of the world. Guy, it's my brother, just doing what people do, messing about, and our house. Suddenly the sky turns red and the clouds dark. I know exactly what's happening, but it barely phases me because all my nerves go numb from preparing myself mentally for so long. I become cold and calculated while my brother instantly scrams out of sight without any thought of me. He realizes his time is up. I become slightly hysterical because it's all too much. I move and stand behind the house, bracing myself against the wall. I expect a tsunami. I wonder where my brother is. He scampered away to save time for his soul. He needs to buy time to, I don't know, talk to God, sort something out while he's running. Sky turns apocalyptic red. Blood red moon appears. Guy seized by fear, runs, hides. My brother, me, I'm saying, okay, so this is happening right now. I'm sort of desensitized by now. I merely brace my heart and mind. There is a massive explosion up above. The whole earth had to see or feel it. This erases all aspects of my personality and self when I realize the magnitude of the danger. I merely remember staring upward and being stunned or zombified by the feeling of not being able to process this massive event. The Earth's atmosphere at the side of the explosion gets pushed away temporarily, resulting in the vacuuming of people, matter, and objects into space. Very horrible. I also went up, holding my breath and totally giving up any thought of escaping. It was extremely surreal. Something explodes and the effects can be seen all over the sky above. I didn't see what happened. I could no longer see the moon though. The blood red moon was gone and a massive flash replaced it. I black out and later find myself on a massive metallic ring-like sword in space. A moon sword. Check my earlier videos. It's where the moon is supposed to be. It's gigantic, it's titanic, it's about the size of the moon. I hold on for dear life as this thing is spinning and spinning. It was insanely surreal to approach the earth and then depart from it with each rotation. This ring weapon was hurling objects and causing havoc on the earth below. I was saying, oh no God, please no. I wanted to look away, but something compelled me to record the sight. All manner of things get sucked to space. I am sucked up to the moon sword. I can't see the moon anymore. Ring spins continuously. I only see myself there. I cling onto this massive thing and I look down on Earth at the terrible things that are happening on the surface. this ring thing was massive. It's like a Titanic space station size, and I'm just holding on, grabbing onto whatever leverage I can on this thing, spinning in space. Note, no tsunami came. I believe one side of the Earth will experience this temporary atmosphere loss. Other sides will experience differing levels of tsunamis, earthquakes, asteroids, etc. This is the fourth dream, I believe, of the moon's destruction, resulting in the circumstances that will enable everything that will happen in the tribulation. There was no rapture in this dream, although I was on the side of the ring weapon. It was not against me. I was safe on it, in space, not on Earth. This may be a rapture hint. I wasn't in heaven, but I was spinning on a massive moon sword. Just another overview of the dream we just covered, and 4 more are coming. I just really want to catch up with you guys because I feel bad for not doing this. An older dream included the same characters and events in order. There's the title, go check it if you want. Note the similarities as I read the captions of the related slides and how the same brother reacts. You might need to go watch this for its context. This double dream endorsement is amazing to me personally. The next dream is, this is an old dream I'm going to share with you, not part of the 6 I'm sharing in this video, but this old dream is like a carbon copy of this red ring dream. It's insanely similar, and my brain can't do this. Something or someone is giving me the dreams. Waves of lightning, I think I called it something else. Top right, top left. 2 moons, sign in the sky. Many times I see a sign in the sky preceding the tsunami event. If you saw my previous videos about the moon, you will remember that I see an object destroying or damaging the moon. Here the both of us literally saw, me and my brother, 2 moons. This specific sighting could symbolize something else too, and not necessarily a comet hitting the moon. My brother asked, is that now what I think it is? I said yes. We were too shocked to start moving at that moment. Suddenly, a blood moon. Immediately the 2 normal moons were gone. Only 1 moon remained, and it turned into a typical blood moon. Massive though. I saw no moon destruction or collision, but merely that there was only 1 moon now, and it looked like this. But I knew what it meant, and my brother too. This could mean something else, but I suspect God is telling me that my interpretation of the moon being destroyed is correct. Is he fusing my celestial collision and bleeding moon into one symbol that incorporates the biblical accounts? Basically, is he confirming the Bible's blood moon with my bleeding moon theory? My brother wasted no time and took off running. He suddenly had no care for me, as I'm slower. He just ran away as fast as he could. I was struggling to keep it all together as I realized what was happening, and that it all happened so quickly. Oh, the sounds of my computer just ruining this recording. Sorry for the funny imagery, but it has a reason. We ran. It was fight or flight, and there was no way to fight this. I took a while to start running because I was waiting for the rapture to come. I was trying to process everything I was seeing. Some people will run to save their possessions. Some will run only to save themselves, even abandoning family, lovers, pets, etc. Some, like me, will try to reason it away, or in a way that will fit that moment. Some Christians might even start going into a worshipful, insane state of being, believing they deserve rapture and just end up dying. Your religion won't save you. Your right relationship with Christ saves you. Grace. Humanity just seemed so stupid to me at that moment. I ran because clearly I was not being raptured. If you are not raptured, that means you are not qualified for heaven, maybe. If you die while not being qualified for heaven, then a good chance it means you qualify for hell. Take it from me, run, no matter how awesome you think you are. My brother ran like mad because he knew his life was not right. He cared more for his soul than my safety, which is understandable. Remember, I just helped him and a friend that could not help themselves. Him abandoning me was extremely ridiculous and hurtful. You have to check out this earlier video to understand the stream. I did a bit of reading and thinking. If the moon gets hit, then chunks of it will come down to Earth due to the radial explosion. Big chunks toward the ocean will cause tsunamis. Fireballs hitting land will cause fires. Smoke will darken the sun. Space rocks could poison water sources. Moon absence will upset tides. Complete moon destruction will cause a Saturn-like ring to form around our planet. I researched this, which could subject Earth to periodic meteorite battery and a plethora of natural, social tribulation consequences. Moon explosion enables the Book of Revelation. Wound or kill. The moon bleeds, either partly or completely. Both could enable events depicted in apocalyptic scriptures. I hope you enjoy all these pretty pictures I put together. It took a long while. Not my pictures, of course, not my photography. I'm just editing things and putting words on the slides. Tribulation timeline. Seals, top row, trumpets, middle row, vials, bottom row, they go from left to right. You can see at seal 4 and 5, I think it's where we are now with Islam, and seal 6 will be Tsunami Day. What will feel like the start of the tribulation. Or what will be the start of the tribulation, I believe, as my dreams lead me to believe. Or God's revelation. I hope God's talking to me. I was on his lap, he anointed me, so I should be fine. Next dream, natural instincts, tsunami dream. And this one is a goodie. The following even surprised me. It happened so quickly. The waves and then the ridiculous raising of the seawater levels to cover even some high buildings. Hilltops and really tall or sturdy buildings were your only hope. Some people clustered together on floating debris, makeshift rafts, limited land, and boats. Of course, there was not enough room for everyone. People fought. If you were too weak or not known to that group, then you were pushed off to die. I saw frenzied sharks and seals attacking people violently. Yes, amongst all of this terrible calamity, sharks and frenzied seals were attacking people. Tsunami dream, natural instincts. Seals? Really? I like seals. They're like friendly water dogs. Bewildered animals, natural predators. Is God telling me that people will be like that when that happens, or will the creatures actually freak out that day? The energies of the earth, the planet, is disturbed, and alongside this, the minds of the creatures just lose all control. I don't know, but the dream was pretty, man, it was dark. I was depressed after this dream. Sharks. I really don't like sharks. Those teeth. Not a way to go. Yes, this one is a bit strange. I thought about this dream for the past few months, and I realized that if the moon were to go, massive waves were rampaging, asteroids were falling, and earthquakes were everywhere, then what would the effect be on animals? Multitudes of endangered and bewildered sea creatures pushed to the coasts by tsunami forces could be frantic enough to attack anything at random, just like dogs and cats seem to lose it when an earthquake happens. It boggled my mind a bit, but in the end made sense. I imagine, if a tsunami happens, like a lot of sharks will be pushed to the coast, and it's just, never mind drowning. I never thought about this. This dream illuminated this possibility to me. Prepare, die, repeat 2. Pre-tsunami life confusion and getting rid of occult seed. I had another dream, prepare, die, repeat 1. I promised and eventually didn't dedicate a video to this dream, and for that I apologize. Circumstances. Basically, my entire family and society was chasing after money in tall office buildings, working yourself to death for the best pay. Everyone was frantically working to make it. The tsunami came and killed us all. The dream repeated 4 times. Every time I got a chance for doing it better to save as many people as possible every time. I ultimately failed and just abandoned everyone when the dream restarted the 5th time. It's like that live, die, repeat movie. That every dream, every repeat of the dream gives me a chance to save more people, but I never saved enough. Here's an overview of the dream. You can see in the bottom right corner was where the tall buildings were. We were all scrambling for money. I drove away on a black motorbike and felt lost. Eventually, I wanted to work at a mega church that I realized was very superficial and only making money. They offered me a handyman job that only paid 3,000 Rand, South Africa minimum wage, or to clean satanic semen out of a dam next to the church for only 2,000 Rand, plus commission for extra efforts. The dam job designation was called actually review agent. I tried to talk to the head pastor, but he shooed me away. The whole situation was hopeless, and I felt sad for God's church. You can see the mega church, and it's just the coastal side of the town, and the left side had a mountain and a dam and some city. 3,000 Rand for the handyman job, or 2,000 Rand plus possibilities for the Satan semen, cleaning it out of the dam. There were condoms in the dam with semen in it, and I had to clean it out with a pool scoop. It was gross, but never mind what job I picked, people still treated me like scum. This kind of reflects my life in the moment, but I still have to delve into the symbolism a bit. That part of the jobs don't really make sense to me at that moment, but I know the parts of the tall buildings and running after money, that is really in my life now. Chasing the dream mentality made people super stupid and too slow to react to the coming danger. This was very simple. Okay, next dream. Crazy hair gets shot. I don't know what dream. Somewhere pre-June, had a very brief, instantaneous and nonsensical dream about a famous, eccentric blonde man being shot on stage by a very angry man that had dark or dark brunette hair. His motive was anger. The dream stopped as soon as it started. That day I watched my usual YouTube channels, and some urged people to pray for Donald Trump. It was close range. There was an emphasis on crazy blonde hair for the victim. I did not see Mr. Trump directly in the dream, but if this happens, then it will be a good indicator for tsunami prophecies. This was an isolated incident. I want to use it as a barometer for my speculations. Most of what I said to date has yet to yield any fruit. Shooter could be of Arab ethnicity. The execution of the act was ridiculously simple and unexpected. It happened so easily. He's not my president. I see him in the news, but I don't think about the guy, Donald Trump. It's just interesting for me to dream about him at all. Next dream, false alarms and our struggle. Dream about the difficulty of sharing the warnings while pursuing my own goals, or trying to keep my life together while I'm warning people. This dream could be about me or about watchmen and watchers in general. Watchers, not to be confused with Nephilim. No, not Nephilim. Watcher angels. Bad angels. Not them. I visit my old college, and there is a stark contrast between my life and theirs. The dream told me my afflictions was the result of my commitments, but I still felt betrayed by peers and God. I know how Jeremiah must have felt. Context. For some reason I am naked. My friend tries to console me. Being naked and not graduating isn't that bad. Cheer up. I am given leftover food from the ceremony and a ruined bed somewhere in the basement. My friend tries to console me again. It's not that bad. Let's try to enjoy the rest of the event. Chin up. It's not working. It's all a bit too much for me. Keep in mind, I am a graduate. As I'm sitting here, I am a graduate. This all must symbolize some other worldly thing, like not qualifying for some kind of, acceptable person in the world. Someone mentions the fact that I warn people about tribulation, judgments, and a tsunami event that will ruin coasts globally. An air of gossip stirs, and the whole atmosphere becomes trying and unbearable for me. My friend tries to console me. You did what you thought was the right thing. Don't listen to them. I'm becoming annoyed with my friend when suddenly... I don't know who the friend symbolizes. But then, very suddenly... Do you want sound effects? Everyone's shocked. I'm still naked, but everyone's shocked. This green fireball thing comes through the sky. Now, I had this dream before the green fireball sightings happened, just a few weeks or months ago. It was immediately after having this dream. I saw on YouTube, you know, these green fireballs or green UFO, whatever the hell they were. But I saw them and I was frightened. And then I'm going to stop with that. An aerial explosion. This thing that came down exploded in the air. Everyone thought this was the end. That I was right all along. And this sudden jolt of vindication starts in my body. I'm holding my breath now. The comet, or whatever that it was, exploded aerially. Nothing came of it. It was over as soon as it started. My friend tried to console me, but his words had no effect. Just when I thought some vindication would relieve the shame, it turned out to be a dud. The air of mockery became a spectacle of mockery. Flatly ignoring me was the theme of the day. I became a source of fun-making, while still standing there naked. Contemplating the unfairness of everything. I was just about to leave this campus when I was about to give up. A massive comet comes down. It's breathtaking. It's heading for the water. It's heading for the ocean. Everyone knows what's going to happen next. And when it reached the water, the graphics of this sight in my dream was just amazing. To see this massive, bulging, blue ice rock thing coming down from space and just crossing overhead. And you know, my expectation was not just a mere bloop, a little splash in the water. That's literally what happened, and everyone's just looking at me like, really? This was the top limit of ridiculous. I felt like a total clown because this time I was yelling. I was yelling when the big one came down. Everyone looked at me in confusion and stated that I shouldn't ascribe the supernatural to the natural so much. They became angered at my disruption of their important day. I may sound like a whiny baby in this video. That's not it. All of these dreams have messages. I am giving the dream as is. I symbolize something collective in this dream. I don't think it refers to me. The shame lasted until evening. I felt like an idiot that cried wolf too many times. I felt like an abused marionette. Something, though, kept urging me to be wakeful. Soon enough, I felt that something was about to happen. Seawater slowly came in onto land and crept up to ankle-deep height. In the dream, I remembered the teen prostitute vision and just took off running. The students and teachers moaned and huffed at this annoyance of the encroaching waters. How dare the water? Everyone was confused. I heard something loud pass overhead up in the atmosphere of the earth right above me and going into the direction of the sea. I dared not look at it. I was just bolting. As I was running off into the distance, I could see the expressions of the people back on campus. I saw the color drain from their faces as they saw something approaching from the ocean. I refused to look. I just kept sprinting for the mountainside. I wanted to start crying, but I needed all the focus and energy for getting up high to safety. On the mountain, I closed my eyes and I started praying for rescue. I heard something approach. And I just turned my back to it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
The final day will fall, and those who curse the sky